Hello, this is your March 2019 third month, third day. This is a new type of video here. It, Let me know what you think. It's an experiment. I thought it would be a cool idea to try out. So I recently just got my third tarot deck. So what this video will be the first of 4 videos. And so in this one I'll show you the 3 decks and 1 rune for each of the decks. So choose the deck that best resonates with you, and then there will be a full 3-card energy forecast video for each of those decks based on the name of the deck. Different energies of each of the deck. I'll do explanation and I'll show the Fool of each of the 3 decks. So there's going to be a little glare because all the cards are glossed and my webcam's not the best at picking them up. So I'm going to try to show you the individual details of the decks now and what type of personality energies vibrate with those decks. So just basically, how do you want your message? They're all different readings. I already did the readings, so I'm allowing this opportunity for the personalization of this readings for you. Some people may want to watch all 3 of the videos, like I just, if you resonate with all 3 of the decks, like I did. So just an opportunity. If you only resonate with one or none of them, that's your own prerogative. There's a lot of these videos here on YouTube, and I hope you find one that can give you the information you're searching for. Okay, so the first deck is the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, and here's the Fool. The main key of this deck is very light pastel colors throughout, pencil theming, and there's more younger characters in this tarot deck than some of the other ones. It's a German-based deck, has a very earth energy, a artistic. All of these decks are very artistic. With this one is a more type of solitary artisticness, going out on your own, doing something that leads to your own success, maybe separate or together with other people. But it is very much about individual instead of collective, like my other decks. So very cool energy here, and it's very much about this deck. For me, when I do the readings, I get more of a fairy tale, more reminds me of these type of colorful stories that have these sometimes grim but really poignant messages. Always comes out really poignant to me with this deck. And the rune, if you would like to pick this deck, and I'll give you this quick rune reading at the end for each of the decks. So, just in case you don't want to watch the rune readings, you can just continue with the video. If you do want the rune readings, they will be at the end. And then the second deck is the Shadow of Oz Tarot deck. It's based on the L. Frank Baum Oz books that were published at the turn of the century, 1900 until 1919. 14 books, and a group of artists made these really awesome cards, each one with mostly different artists. So Dorothy is the Fool on this, and each of the cards represents different characters from those 14 books, and there are different energies and things that happened in those books portrayed in the tarot. This is just like the other deck, a Rider-Waite base deck, and like all 3 of the decks, but it has more specialized symbolism for the books. I read all these books growing up. I have a good connection to them, as you can see from my last video on this channel. And this is the deck that resonates with me, or the first deck I purchased. And this energy is very collaborative. It's about it. The energies always feel about whatever the cards are saying would be more powerful if I worked with someone else. Every time I do these readings, they always encourage collaboration, creation, and exploration. I've found with these cards also, when it is a more darker tone, it is expressed more comically in this deck. You can see the different light, and there's a lot of esoteric hidden meaning in this too. Not as much as some other decks, but It's, mainly because that was encoded into the original text that the cards are based off of. I know a lot of people like or don't like cards based on media franchises, but I do mainly because it is good to relay a character archetype that is similar to the archetypes in the tarot itself. It will provide it easier for some people to learn or harder. For me, this was the deck I really learned on. And then the third deck is a Rider-Waite based deck, published in the 70s. It was given to me by a family member just recently. It was my third deck, and it's real beautiful, simplistic, really good use of negative spaces. The deck was originally released as a party game, and when it was given to me, the paper that came with the deck said how to play poker and all these other card games with the tarot deck. Just, take out the cards and you have a 52 deck and you can play all those games and even more games with the actual tarot cards. But it has nothing about divination, and I was given a book as well. And this is a really kind of solitary 2 deck. I really get the energies of, the people who were doing the readings were talking about it very hushed. I don't really know the full history of the deck. It wasn't told to me yet. I will make a video once I get the history, because I think it's really fascinating. Learning about a individual deck's history that is given to you, especially one through family. That I have in my blood, tarot, which is a reason why it comes so easily to me once I started learning. And this deck really just kind of is like a spark of creation to me, of wanting to make these types of videos and do more content, is this energy of rejuvenating. If you felt like something has happened in the past and you wanted change, you don't like being how things used to be, you want a new energy, you might want to lean towards this type of deck, because even though it's a classic, it's old, it's the oldest deck I have, the energy is very refreshing, renewing constantly. It's because this deck hasn't been used for so long, I can feel it in the cards. That once I'm reusing it, I'm revitalizing it for this purpose. The cards are singing, and it is a really beautiful co-creation working with this deck. So those are the 3 decks, and I'll go into the rune readings for each one. So for the first deck, the Hanson Roberts deck, is the rune for you, if you choose this one, is the wagon or the chariot. This is travel, both in physical and lifestyle. You're changing, you're growing, you're doing something you haven't done before, you're going somewhere, you're seeing from a larger perspective. Right before you move, before you act, you're seeing it and then you're deciding on it instantly. You have this unique rhythm, this flow, the dance of life, as the ancients used to say. And when you set out to do something, you will get there and you will enjoy the experience. Even you may just start to learn how to enjoy it now, or you have maybe already known this. This is a general reading as well in the description, so it may not lead to everybody, but this energy is very much present in this month. All 3 of these energies of these runes. That's why I put it in this energy update. This is the rune update for this month. So these 3 runes are the energy for the month. It is based on which one you choose, you're probably going to get more of an intensity of. You still will feel the effects of all 3. This is things changing, delusions, going new places, seeing new things, and having new experiences. Being open to that, because that's the only way you will grow and expand. And that energy is really going to help us in the next months, because we're in this new portal of creation, and this energy is really happening right now. So the second rune for the Shadow of Oz deck is Ice, which is some challenge, maybe some frustration, some blocks, lack of activity from one side, a level of stillness. But this is an opportunity to look inside, to see from the Hanged Man perspective, from the different viewpoint of things, and just take a little break and take a little rest and allow that time to give you new expressions of what to come, to see clarity. This reinforces the energies around it in the reading. So there's going to be that travel, live in the now. Even though you feel like things are changing, you want to, give your own personal care, give yourself some love, take care of yourself separately, get some rest, and get back into action. When you feel that egomania, that dullness is passing, you'll be able to really move past your depression, because you feel so much is happening. And I have to do this and this and this, and I want to do this and this and this. But the only way you will achieve those bigger picture things is if you take the time and say, hey, I just need to, sit and meditate by a tree. I need to go to the ocean. I need to go, get a massage, go to yoga class, do whatever thing that regenerates your energy in your own unique way will really help you through this month. And especially if you choose the second deck, that's something you do need to focus on. Because a lot of times with that Oz energy is so much creation, so much, 14 books, constantly doing these things, so much to learn, so much more information. It's daunting sometimes. But sometimes you just have to take the time and reflect on what you have had happen and what can happen and what you want to happen and what you're going to create that happening. It's really powerful energy. And the best counterpoint is the third rune, is Tyr, the sky god, which is honor, leadership, authority, this taking control, starting a new business, creating victory, conception, just really starting something, taking that masculine, very phallic, taking that masculine energy that all started from the rest, from the time, from the ice, expands and goes forward at the end of this month. If you really follow your excitement, follow your own calling deep down inside, not from what you hear, from what you're told to do, that truth only you can hear deep down inside, and you know it. And when you do it, it's successful every single time. Maybe not immediately, and maybe you can't perceive it, but it will always lead to that success, because it's joy, it's passion, and it's victory. And there may be some over-acknowledging, looking too much, but there is some sacrifice too, because the thawing of the ice, that new creation growing from it, things have to be left behind that no longer serves, that are holding you back. That imbalance, that strife, that conflict of this is how it's always been, this is how I've been told to be, and this is how I'm feeling to be. Follow that inspiration inside, and you'll be tremendously successful. And the universe, the gods, whatever you want to call this totality of existence we live in, really loves and supports all three of these, and supports us through the month. So whatever deck you choose, or if you don't choose any of the decks, I appreciate this time. I'm offering free readings. Send me an email down in the description. We can schedule a time. It's about 30 minutes. I can choose one of these decks. I also do some channeling. If you want to talk to some aliens, I can do that for you too. And hit me up on Messenger, on email, sorry. You can send me on, there's no message here on YouTube anymore, so send me the email, sorry about that. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching this video.